Good morning, children. Sai Ram. So, welcome you all for the science class. We have seen that our food and clothes in the previous chapter, right? So, we have variety of food and variety of clothes to choose and enjoy, right? Yes. Now, what makes life interesting? So, as I said, variety of food and variety of clothes, and there are many more things which makes a life very interesting. So, like the people from different regions speaking different languages, different occupations, different types of food, and different hobbies. So all these makes our life very interesting. So not only the food and clothes, we can see many things around us. So here in the picture we can see that variety of food we learned in the first chapter, and variety of clothes we learned. We have to choose, options are there, so it's very fun and it makes our life interesting. And we can see many things around us like chair, stones, bullock cart, trees, utensils, cooking utensils, books, clothes, cycle. So there are many more things. Now children, all these things have to be sorted out because all these objects have different shapes, colors and uses. So we have to sort them out according to their materials. So today we are going to learn in chapter 4 sorting materials into groups. So we'll be dividing this lesson in part wise. So today is the part 1 session. So our topic is sorting materials into groups. Now, before we move into the lesson, so what we are doing? Yes, we learn some keywords from the lesson so that it makes you to understand the lesson easily. So let's start these words. So try to repeat after me. Listen carefully, okay? The first word is materials. So I'm giving a pause. Repeat after me so that I can hear. Objects, luster, metals, opaque, rough, soluble, translucent. I'll read once again. Materials. I'm waiting for you to repeat. Objects, luster, metals, opaque, rough, soluble, translucent, transparent, plastics, properties, copper wire, sorting, grouping, classification disappears. So these are some keywords, children. And now let's move on to our next line. So today, this lesson, the topics that we are going to cover is we are going to learn about the objects around us, the materials around us, the different types of materials which is around us, grouping and sorting of materials, classification and its importance, and the last one is properties of materials. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in this lesson. Now let us start from the objects around us. So just have a look on the slide. So can you name the objects that you can see in this picture? Yes. Photo frame, table, dining table, sofa, leather sofa, lamp, plants, table, laptop, carpet, and many more things you can see around your home also. Right, so our list may include rubber ball, football, glass marble, and many objects that are nearly round in shape. Our list could also include like objects like apples, oranges, and other materials. So we have many more objects that we can see around us. So the objects like this also we can see, which is made up of wooden, plastic and iron. So wooden objects, plastic objects, iron objects we can see around us. So how to group them? Now let us say that we wish to make a group of objects. So what is group? The objects that is made of plastics like buckets, lunch boxes, toys, water containers, pipes and many such objects. And there are so many ways to group the objects. So here I've shown you the example. So we can see the plate in our home, right? So the materials, so what type of plates? The plates can be made of steel or plastic or melamine, etc. So a plate is made of different kinds of materials, different types of materials. And we can take the example of pen. So pen, sometimes you can find the metal pen or the plastic pen. So if you take a chair also, some must be having wooden chairs, some must be having plastic chairs. So this is how we sort out the objects according to their materials, right? So children, all objects around us are made of one or more materials. So these materials may be steel, plastic, wooden, metal or glass or anything, mud, soil, wood, cotton, fabric, so many kinds of materials are there. So can you think of more examples of materials? Now let's see more examples. So if you take the dress, there are different types of materials to make this. So we have cotton, jute, silk, and woolen. So different materials. So if you take a simple object that is dress, so there are many different types of materials. Now the next one is, for example, vehicles. So if you take the vehicles, that is made up of different, yes, materials like steel and many more materials. Thus, objects are made up of a large variety of materials. So, vehicles also are made of different kinds of materials. Now, if you take the example of shoes or a bag or jacket, so we it may be made up of leather or plastic or resin and jute. So it is all used to make bags, shoes and jackets. So children, all objects have different shapes, color and properties. So all objects are made of one or more materials. So it is important to classify objects into groups. So all these are plastics, all these are glasses. So we have to classify the objects into groups like this. So what is material? So anything that is used to make an object, anything that is used to make an object are called materials. So example, pen, so it is made of plastic, chair, it is made of wood, clothes, yeah, any dress made of fabrics. So we have different materials like wood, fabric, paper, plastic and metals. So children, what is material? Anything that is used to make an object are called materials. So what are the different types of materials? So in the exam, they may ask you two examples for materials. So you will write wood, fabric, paper, metal and plastic or plastic. Okay. Um, so children, anything that is used to make objects are called materials. So it can be wood, paper, glass, plastic, cloth, metal, etc. So different materials have different properties. Different materials have different properties. An object can be made from different materials. So an object can be made from different materials. So I hope you have understood to this. Just have to remember, an object can be made from different materials. For example, you remember the plate or the pen. So pen is made of metal also, it is made of plastic also. So children, any object that is used to make, that they are called, anything that is used to make an object, anything that is used to make an object, that is called material. So which material is used to make for this pen? Plastic or steel, right? Now we'll move on to the next. Here we have Several objects are made of combination of several materials. Several objects are made up of combination of several materials. For example, mango shake. Is mango shake is done only with the mango? No, we have included several things in that. So what things are required? So what are the combinations? We need mango, sugar, water or milk, glass. So all these several objects are made up of combination of several materials. So many materials are required to make the mango shake. So materials make up the objects, but materials make up the objects, but objects cannot make the materials. Now let's see the example. So material. So which material? Paper. So this is paper, this is paper, this is paper, 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 paper. So this is book, this is paper boat, paper bag, paper box and paper plate. And here also we have the paper box, yeah, tray, something like that. So all these are paper, that is material that is used to make different objects. So which object is made here? Book. And here boat. And here tray or box. Here plate, bag, box. So paper is the material that is used to make different objects. So same way we have wood. So in the place of paper, just remember the wood. So what are the things can be made from wood? So what are the objects? Yes, table, chair, bed, wheels, plow, bullock cart, and many more things. Wooden ruler and variety of furnitures, windows, many things we can list out. So one material, that is wood, we can make many objects. So all these are called wooden things or wooden materials. Next one is paper. So with a paper, what can you make? We can make books, we can make any paper foldings. So many things we can make. And next one is leather. So if you take the leather material, so what are the leather materials? Bags, shoes, jackets, wallets, etc. So we have variety of leather materials also. So if we take cotton, plastic, so many materials we can make it. So now we learned that from these tables. Previously I showed you one table and this table. So what do we find from these tables? So first we grouped objects in many different ways. So the objects around us are made of different materials, and at times an object is made of only one single material, or sometimes an object is made up of different or many materials. So and then again, one material could be used for one material, that is like for example paper. One material can be used for many more different objects. So we learned these two things from these tables. Now, yes, let us now understand how do we decide which material should be used for which object? So what we are going to understand, which material should be used for which object. Now, so what is this? It is a pen. So what material is used? Plastic. So can you use this plastic to make the clothes, to make the book? No, we cannot make a book out of plastic. We cannot make clothes out of plastic. So why? So this is what we are going to learn now, the properties of materials. Properties of materials. So we should understand, so which material can be used to make which object. So plastic, you can make plastic glass, plastic plates, plastic boxes, plastic buckets. So all these are plastic items. So you can make all these out of plastics. So we cannot make with a paper. So this is what we are going to learn, which material should be used for which object. So it depends upon the properties of materials. Now let us understand with some more examples. Here, the objects around you are made of many different materials. So at home also you can see the materials made of steel, the materials made of wood, wooden materials, glass materials, fabric materials, plastic materials. So there are many objects around us which are made of different materials. So what we saw, we learned in the previous table. Now for example, so have you ever thought why glass is not made of cloth? So we have a glass we use for drinking. Why it is not made of cloth? Yes? Can tell me? Yes, clothes have holes in that. And we can fold the clothes. It does not give any solid shape, but glass have the solid shape. So there are many different properties. Now let us read the properties why glass is not made of cloth. Now we are going to compare the property of cloth and the plastic. So this is the cloth and this is the glass. So why we are not able to fill the water in the cloth? It is because water can pass out as clothes have tiny holes. Here is the mistake, children, H-O-L-E-S. So water can pass out. Sorry. Yes. If you pour the water in the clothes, the water will pass out because it has tiny holes in that. But here, so water cannot pass because it is made of plastic or glass, right? Okay. Next point is, it is unstable. It is unstable. Clothes are unstable. It is flexible and stretchable. So clothes are flexible and stretchable. And here they are stable. It cannot change its shape. It cannot change its shape. But whereas clothes can change its shape because it is unstable, it is flexible, and it is stretchable, right? That is why it cannot hold the water. Since it is stable, it is solid, it is strong, so we can fill the water. And the last point is it doesn't have specific shape. So clothes doesn't have specific shape. You can fold the clothes or you can crumple the clothes, right? And here it has definite shape. It has a proper shape. It has only one shape. So these are the properties of cloth and the plastic. So children, properties of materials are important for their usage. So some properties we are going to discuss here. That is, yes, properties of materials are very important to make an object. So some of the properties are appearance, hardness, transparency, solubility in water, flotation, density. So these are the different properties of materials which we will discuss in our next class. So children, till what we have learned, assignment is given. So complete that and click the submit button and submit it. Until then, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye children.